Hello, I'm Aaron, and I'd like to take a minute to introduce you to the world of deaf people. Deaf people are easy to identify because their language, sign language, is highly visual. However, for many hearing people, that's usually all they know about deaf people. In fact, anytime two cultures interact, it's common to have misunderstandings. So I'm making this video to give you a glimpse of the deaf world with its unique culture, values, schooling, customs, and its communities. There's so much to learn, but I'm going to introduce you in the deaf way, visually. So let's get started with these 5 things. You may be surprised how many people believe there's only one sign language, but actually, the languages of deaf people around the world are different. I've invited my friend Adriana to help me set the record straight. She will sign in Thai sign, and I will sign in American sign. The phrase we will use is, "How are you?" See? What a difference! People often assume that deaf people rely on lip reading to navigate the hearing world in which they live. To test this theory, try lip reading this phrase. Couldn't get it? Now you see why lip reading is actually difficult and not a common component of deaf culture. I'd like to debunk that sign language and written language in a country are the same. The arrangement of words and phrases to create full sentences in a language is called syntax. However, the syntax of written language and the sign language in a country will always be different. Because of the difference in sign and written language, these deaf students communicate in sign, but go to school to learn to read and write in a second language. This means deaf people often struggle to communicate with others who do not know sign language. This causes relationships, even with family members, to often be difficult. From where I'm standing, you can look behind me and see the city that I currently call home. Cities have larger concentrations of deaf people whom I seek every opportunity to meet. Like today, I was in the subway station and happened to run into a deaf woman. Then, as I walked past the deaf school, we came upon a group of deaf students. I didn't plan on these encounters, but I was ready for them. Many deaf people don't always have opportunities for good jobs, schooling, or most importantly, to hear about Jesus. So here's my point. Sharing the gospel with deaf people will not happen without seeking them out. So, I want you to come join my world.